Heyo, Fincastle86 and the Big Cheese with 3 minutes of genealogy wisdom. Wikipedia is a great resource for everybody, but sometimes you forget about it. Remember, facts are important when it comes to your genealogical research, and sometimes those facts aren't specific to your family, but they have to do with the human context and the history that they were involved in. Sometimes political events or historical events have an influence on your family, and knowing about those events, usually by going to a book or by going to some other online source, but Wikipedia is a great place to start, and it's a great place to find those other sources because most Wikipedia pages are really well sourced. The days when you could find fake information really easily on Wikipedia, I mean, that's like 10 years ago. Now Wikipedia is actually a pretty good source, and it's your go-to source for general information. Number one. If you find out that your family member was involved in a battle, maybe they were an immigrant during a time of like significant immigration, like the Great Potato Famine in Ireland back in the 1800s. Maybe they came through Ellis Island. Look these things up on Wikipedia and learn something about them in a general way before or during your specific research into your family. Always go to Wikipedia and search for pages. Now, if you find out that your family or somebody in your family was famous, maybe you're descended from a royal house in Europe or in Asia, maybe you're descended from a famous person, more likely than not, there's going to be an article on Wikipedia about the family, about the person, and you might be able to find good genealogical information. Now, what if you were descended from a noble family or a royal family? Chances are you're going to be able to trace your lineage back maybe many generations using just the information on Wikipedia. It really is a terrific all-purpose resource. Now, there are some genealogical projects that try to use Wikipedia as a basis, as a jumping off point, but it doesn't seem at this point that any of those have really gained traction. So I wouldn't necessarily use Wikipedia as your main genealogical source. This is just a secondary source for gaining general information about historic events, about historic time periods. Geographic locations is another one. Maybe your family comes from a rural area or a town. Look up that county, look up that town or that city and see what the history was like. There's a lot of general information, and then there's external links where you can go to other places online and learn even more information about the geographic location or about the historical event or about the famous person that your ancestor is connected to or that your ancestor actually is. Finally, have some caution when you do this, but write articles. Get yourself an account on Wikipedia, learn their terms and conditions of use, and if you have an ancestor, and check and see that there's no article already written about them, or if you have a family that you think is really prominent and other people are going to want to read about them, they deserve to be in an encyclopedia, then write up an article. Now, you need to be experienced, you need to edit other people's pages and get attuned to the standards that Wikipedia uses, writing neutral articles, that kind of thing. But if you have a prominent member of your family, you can write an article about them, add pictures, add context, and that is something that's great because it puts it online, it publishes it. And be sure and you use good sources and substantiate what you're saying. But it puts it out there for your descendants, for anybody else who may have historical interest in your ancestor, and it gives this information to them in a very easily accessible venue. Wikipedia. Good luck. My coffee is getting chilled there, so cheers.